Greetings and welcome to World Music Safari. In this episode, the Armadillo Charango. So in my last episode, I showed off my charango from Colombia, which was made out of wood. But I told you I had a friend that had an actual armadillo charango, and I am honored and happy to have an amazing musician with me here right now, Tony Dolan, and his armadillo charango, the one I talked about. Let's just get right to it. Where did this come from?
This charango came from my Aunt Rosemary, who happened to be one of my biggest champions of music and writing music and being involved in music. She brass tacks. She used to work in print, so she handled a lot of South America, New Zealand. She was a printmaker, and she made the menu boards for McDonald's and Burger King.
All right.
For most of those countries, and shipped them. So she would travel a lot, and she would always bring me back weird shit, weird instruments. Can I swear?
Of course.
Okay. She went to Argentina, and she was in Buenos Aires quite often. Now I know this isn't originally, I believe from what I've checked out, that this is not, Buenos Aires isn't the home of the original armadillo-backed charango. However, she did pick it up there. She brought it back for me, and yeah, it was hard to play because it's got hair on it, and it feels real weird. So,
well, and the ears are still on it too.
The ears are still on it. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's my Aunt Rosemary Lochhead from Glasgow, Scotland, who traveled the world and always brought me back cool instruments.
Well, and you're a hell of a musician yourself. You play drums and guitar, right?
I do. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so a lot of your songs on guitar are really, really quite nice. They're quite astounding.
Thank you.
And so, did you ever mess around and play this at all?
I did for a little bit, but as a drummer, how my mind works probably not as linear.
Yeah.
as I would like it to.
Right.
So, 6 strings on a acoustic guitar is great for me, but 2, 4, 6, 8,
yeah,
12, 10.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm a hairstylist and a drummer. I don't do math. Yeah, that's too many strings, and that's too much tuning for me. So, yeah, I leave that up to guys like you.
I did find out after I posted this video that I tuned it wrong too. I kind of cheat.
Yeah.
I tuned it like a ukulele, basically. So the My Dog Has Fleas thing. My dog has fleas. And I did the same thing here. My dog has fleas. And this extra string here, I just randomly tuned it up one, and so you can play the whole thing kind of like a giant ukulele, which is what I do.
So what's it tuned at?
So right now, I don't exactly know what the tuning, if it's A, D, F sharp, B, or if it's C, E, F, and A. I'm not sure what I got, but I play it exactly like a ukulele.
A uke, okay.
Yeah, which means you can play it like the top 5 strings of a guitar too. Just ignore this bottom string here, and just play if you're gonna play your G on a guitar.
Okay.
Just take off the G and just play it. Right.
So it's open.
Yeah, it's kind of open, and so this would be your G, C, and D, right?
Okay.
On your guitar, and then right if you're doing the top.
A minor.
Yeah.
Well,
this would be the 7. There is a minor. But I don't know if it's A minor because I don't know what I tuned it to. But you can, and I tuned that one like that too. And it's interesting. It's a little bit quieter than the wooden one.
Yep.
But then, this crazy. The fur on the shell is going through my shirt as I'm playing it.
I know it.
It's crazy. it's getting a little out of tune. You can tell the strings are getting a little wonky.
Well, they're probably 20 years old.
So you think 20?
Probably. I mean, early odds. She brought that to me.
It's very strange to see an ear as I'm playing. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder what PETA would think.
Well, you know, here's the other thing. Now you know what it feels like to be a hairdresser and leave at the end of the day with other people's DNA
Fur.
stabbing you. So go on, play.
Actually, what I think is cool about this is the a lot of my other videos talk about just making instruments out of whatever's readily available in your environment. Like steel drums is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You got 50-gallon drums, washing up and
Sure.
being left. So what's the best thing to do? Well, we're gonna make steel drums out of these. Or the Sanshin from China, they use the python skin for the drum. So, I mean, I'm sorry, poor armadillo, but you were put to good use.
It's an Argentinian instrument, correct?
I think so. This
Andes?
one's from Colombia.
Okay. Or Colombian?
I think it's
Argentinian?
pretty spread out throughout South America and up into Central America. I know they have very similar instruments all throughout that area.
Okay. Andes, right?
Andes?
Somewhere around the Andes.
They
front.
do use them in the Andes, absolutely.
Okay.
I know I've seen them kind of spreading out. I don't know what came first,
Okay.
but like this, I do know that a friend of mine picked this up from Colombia, and I had it in a very safe spot up in my apartment, and it fell and it cracked actually. So later on we can zoom in on it, but like that's how this little chip got here,
Okay.
and then you'll see this down here. It's got a crack lengthwise in the wood right here where the bridge is, but luckily it didn't get destroyed in its entirety, which did happen to one of the. Remember when we went to Cuba? I like being able to drop that.
My goodness.
Remember the clay flute I got from Cuba? Gone. It got smashed. Like, oh well. Like that was. It's not like I can go get another one, But
Cuba exists in a dream. Yeah, I can't play this thing, so I'm bequeathing this to you because
really,
yeah, God. I have a lot of good songs out there, I think, but they're only good because this man for 25 years had stood behind me and said, like, I like your music, I'm gonna back you up and play everything on it. So
wow, thank you. That's awesome. It will. I promise it won't fall off a shelf. All right. Well, I will absolutely use this. I mean, that's one of the most unique instruments I think I've ever seen. Thank you very much.
Joe, thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. I hope I didn't muck up your
Hey,
channel.
cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, gang, well, that's it for this episode of World Music Safari. I'd like to thank Tony for gifting me this amazing armadillo instrument. This is not something that you get every day, and it's going to take a special spot in my studio, and I promise it will not fall off a shelf. All right, gang, see you next time.